Hello everyone, this is Mumbo, and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 87, and we're currently over here outside the new item transportation system that we have built up in this area here. But as you guys know, it's not working particularly brilliantly. I left it on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of the previous Hermitcraft episode. We put a bunch of items in on that end, down at the chest, down at the bottom of my base, and they travelled between this area and this one, but they never made it up to this chest. So I have no idea where they've gone. I have no idea what the problem is. They could have just gone into a tiny little hole that I haven't covered up, or there could be some serious problems that is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to try and work this one out. But before we start today's episode, before I start work on all of the redstone that we're going to be doing today, because we're going to be doing a lot of redstone. As you've seen from the episode plan that pops up at the start of the episodes, we have got a bunch of really awesome projects planned today. But before we start all of that, I just want to mention something. I have finally, after 3 years of doing YouTube, I have got myself an official website, okay? The website is looking absolutely fantastic. It was designed by Mousy Mars. It looks brilliant. It functions extremely well. And I'm super excited for it. So, of course, there will be a link to that one down in the description. Hopefully, I'll remember to do that. Otherwise, that's really embarrassing. But yes, the website is looking brilliant. It's the best place to go to see all of my latest videos because, of course, it works a little bit more reliably than YouTube's sub-box system. So, go down there, check it out, see what it looks like, because it looks absolutely awesome. But anyway, now that that's all out of the way, it is time to troubleshoot the problem that we are having with our item transportation system. So I think what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, I've just filled my inventory with a bunch of cobblestone, and I'm just going to chuck it all into this chest, and we are going to try and find out where all of these items are actually going, okay? Because, you know, they've got to be going somewhere. They can't just be disappearing. There's absolutely no way that's what's happening. So we're just going to try and work out whereabouts it is that they are flowing out of here. So at the minute, it's looking alright here. It doesn't look like we're losing any items in this area, so they're traveling along here just fine. And I'm just going to mine out this area as well, so I make space for myself. So they're not getting lost there, they're not getting lost here. It doesn't look like there's anywhere on this water stream that they could actually be going. So unless I've missed a block in the water stream, for example, I've missed one of the floor blocks, I can't imagine that they've fallen down there. I'll report back when I find any problems. I've found the problem, ladies and gents. I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm a massive idiot. As you can see here, I have built the item elevator a little bit incorrectly. Oh, how frustrating is that? Basically what I've done is this block here needs to be compressed ice, and this one here needs to be cobblestone. In fact, they might need an even bigger run up than that. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to redirect this water stream out a little bit. So we're going to have to take it out a little bit here, and then basically wrap it round, because at the minute, the items just aren't getting enough speed to fly up into the top of the item elevator, and that means they're all bunching up down at the bottom there. You guys will have noticed that in the previous episode of Hermitcraft as well. Oh, I know. That's really bad because I haven't actually released that episode yet, and I just can't wait to see the comment section. The comment section is just going to be filled with people telling me that I'm rubbish at Minecraft, I should give up and things. Oh, that's going to be a painful viewing experience. Anyway, right, well, now that we've found the problem, it's time to start coming up with the way to fix it. Okay, so this is how our water stream is going to be going from this point forth. So you can see that we've got compressed ice here, then we are going to have our 2 regular blocks there, then we're going to have 2 bits of compressed ice. So hopefully all of these items here should get enough momentum to actually reach the item elevator and go up to the top. So I'm quickly going to pick up these items so they don't all bunch together and then fill in that area there. So that's just a simple case of filling in the water, and we should have a fully completed system. So the items are going to go around like that and then straight down that line. And fingers crossed, everything should work. I can't see why that wouldn't happen, but you never really know. So let's give it a quick test. We'll just chuck a few bits of compressed ice in there, and they should just travel around like that. Then bunch up there, that's good. And then... why is that? Why is that happening? Oh no! I missed this block as well. I've done a double bad thing. I have really done a rubbish job on this item elevator right here. That is terrible. Okay, so now we fixed the second problem that apparently was with the item elevator. And as you can see, I think the ice has just gone up. Let's just chuck some cobblestone in here. And now we should see that these travel up the item elevator. I can't believe that. There we go. Right, they are going up to the top now. Unbelievable. I am so rubbish at this. I hope that you're hating down in the comment section. I really do, because I deserve it for that. So I have just begun the well-known 64 iron test. So I've put 64 bits of iron down in that descending section down there, and we're going to see if they make it up to the top. I don't know, I'm thinking they will, okay? I really do hope that they will, of course, because the item elevator seems to be the problem. So everything should now be functional. Let's go over here and check the chest. Are you ready? Suspense. Okay, we've got 40. Is it going to go to 64? Please tell me we haven't lost any items, otherwise I will go crazy. 54, it's slowing down. Yes! Okay, we have got all 64 bits of iron. Alright, so that system is now working. All of the items are traveling from down at the bottom up to this part. So now we have to do the bit that sends the items from this part down to the bottom. And then that will be the entire item transportation system all done and dusted. So ladies and gentlemen, that should be everything completed. We should have finally finished the item transportation project, which feels pretty good. I have to say, it does feel pretty good to be able to say that. But yeah, so all of these items should travel from up at the top there, then go right the way along this water stream here, end up in this water stream, so we're sort of piggybacking another water stream, which then runs into the other water stream, so we're piggybacking another water stream, and then that will take it through into the storage area. So that is how everything should work. In theory, this should be fine. This is like the easier end. We shouldn't have any problems here. So now I'm going to have to do the patented iron test to see if everything is functioning. It's been a while since we've had a creeper fight on one of my YouTube videos, but there are currently 2 over in my base, so let's take them on. This guy... Oh, no! No! Okay, not a good start, but we're going to take on the second one as well. Hopefully this one doesn't fly over my fence. Good. Okay, well, we took that guy out. We had better luck with that one. Wasn't so hot with this one here. Wasn't expecting him to explode, though. I don't understand how that actually happened. He seemed quite far away to explode. But, you know, that's how these things go. Anyway, moving on from creepers and things, I will fix up that creeper hole in a couple seconds. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to chuck 64 bits of iron into this chest here. They should all begin to be spat out, and straight away, I have noticed a problem with the system there. So that should now all be fixed. We'll cover up that area, and yeah, this is now a ruined test, as I have no idea how many of those iron I just picked up. Oh, why am I so incapable of playing Minecraft at the minute? Okay, so I can hear some clicking, which should mean that iron is coming through into the system right now. I can see it in the chest, that's good. Now, one important thing that I want to note here is that I picked up 3 bits of iron in the process of checking that everything up at the top was working, which was a bit silly by me, but we can work with that. I know how many we have, so we should see 61 bits of iron going into this chest right here. We currently have 32. It's a little bit slow. We've got a bit of a slow one here, but that's 42 there. Wow, it really is coming in slowly. And it appears to have stopped. It does appear to have stopped, doesn't it? Oh. Why does nothing ever run smoothly in these situations here? There's no items there. That's my first point of reference. So there's no items there. Okay, fine. We're going to have to try and sort this one out. Okay, guys, I found the problem. It was just me being really, really stupid and leaving this part of the tunnel, this part of the tube open up. So basically the iron was falling down like this, right up against this wall, and it was landing on the edge of these blocks. So that seems to have fixed the problem. We have got all of the items back, which means that this system should now work. Going to do another real quick test, but fingers crossed everything is functioning fine. I put 64 plus 25 iron up in the chest up at the top, and I just checked in this chest over here, and we have got 64 and 25, which means everything is done. Everything seems to be working. The entire item transportation system is now up and running, and I'm really happy about it because, of course, this has been a fairly long-running project. We've worked on it for about 6 episodes now, I would say, so this is probably one of the longest-running projects I've actually done. I generally speaking work on things solidly in 1 episode, just get everything done, 1 or 2 episodes at the most. So it's been actually quite nice to just work on something gradually and get everything completed over a period of time. But anyway, as you can see here, I've cleaned up the area around it. There's no longer that massive hole in this area, so it's all done. It feels completed. That is absolutely excellent. So now it's time to move on to the other redstone projects that I have planned for today's episode. So as you guys know, recently we've been doing a little bit of work over in the satellite base area because, of course, we're going to be building a village up at the top here. Now, one thing that I really wanted to do is I wanted some way to travel from the bottom, down on the bottom here, all the way up to the top. So that is why I have cleared out this area that you can see that will fit a slime block elevator perfectly. Okay, the slime block elevator is going to be going right in that section there, and that is going to take us up to the surface where the village is going to be. We're going to build a nice building around the entrance area, so we're just going to pop up into the nice area and then walk around the village. That is the plan at the minute, and of course, we have got to construct that slime block elevator, and you guessed it, we're going to be doing that in today's episode. So I'm going to gather up some resources, gather up some of the bits needed for this project, and then watch the tutorial on how to build it because I've completely forgotten, and then we should be able to get this thing constructed. Here we are once again at this familiar location on the server. We are currently over here at the iron farm, the Hermitcraft iron farm, and I like to record this clip every 10 episodes or so, simply because a lot of people say that I'm cheating down in the comment section because I use large quantities of iron. I'm not cheating, we just have an insane iron farm that was designed by Tango Tech, built by Tango Tech, and it produces, I think, 1,400 iron an hour, and of course it's in the spawn chunks, which means it's running at all times, and it's on a server, which means it's running 24/7, 365 days a year. That equals a lot of iron. So as you can see from my inventory here, I've just picked some up from these chests, and yeah, it just produces tons and tons of the stuff. All of these chests here will be filled with iron. Pretty much every single chest you see is going to be filled with some form of iron device. So seriously very impressive. And that is how I build everything out of iron blocks. So that should shut you up for a little while down there. So if we just take a look in my inventory right here, you can see that I would say I've got enough resources to complete this project here. Look, we've got a bunch of slime, we've got a ton of furnaces because those are removable objects, so we're going to need a bunch of those. We've also got some stone slabs because those are going on the exterior. We've got iron blocks to place all of our redstone on. And then, of course, we've got all of the standard bits and pieces like redstone repeaters, redstone torches, pistons. All of that stuff is going to be going on behind the scenes, so I think we're good to go. I'd say we are good to go. So I'm going to start chucking down some blocks, start placing down some redstone, and we will see what I can come up with. Progress update time, you can see that we have got 2 of the modules in place. We've got the bottom module, and then we have got the shoot up module. I don't really know what to call that. The booster module there. And of course, those are going to continue right the way up to the top. I wonder if I can ride this without a minecart. No, that seemed really, really slow. Do minecarts move that slowly, or have I built the redstone wrong? I guess only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But as you can see, as far as the design is concerned, I've gone for iron blocks, stone slabs, and sea lanterns. Wasn't actually planning on using the sea lanterns, but it's a really nice addition. I think it's actually the same design that I used for the one out the back of my mob spawner, the one that goes right the way up, pretty much to the sky limit. I'm fairly certain I did a similar sort of style. In fact, I'm pretty much dead certain that I did. But it's definitely something that looks good, especially in the context of this cave. It sort of lightens things up a little bit, adding some slightly lighter colours in there, which is always nice. So yeah, feeling pretty positive about this one. And I'm just going to continue placing the blocks and getting everything constructed. I have found my rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. I am now absolutely flying through these modules. I've got the design in my brain. I know exactly what goes where. So now it's just a simple case of placing in the blocks nice and quickly. And as you can see here, I'm doing a pretty decent job at just getting down to business and doing it. Basically, we have done almost all of the modules now. I believe this is going to be the last module, and by the look of things, we've sort of got a bit of an awkward placement here, as we are going to be popping out very, very high on the surface. In fact, actually, no, this is perfect. If we just place a block here, then we can be pushed up just onto the surface absolutely fine. Oh, that is absolutely awesome. It does mean that we're going to have to do a slight change to this module here. We're going to have to do some slightly different redstone, but oh, that's excellent. Okay, so we have spaced this perfectly. We've got the perfect height elevator. Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to have to do some redesigning. I'm going to have to try and work out how I'm going to be doing this layer here, but it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to be honest, it shouldn't be too difficult at all. So yes, I'll crack on with that one, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, in theory, this little system that I'm setting up here should work for what I want to do. So that's going to be blocks like that, and then redstone across the top there. And that means that these are going to extend after this piston here, which means that the system should all work. Okay, so I have pretty high hopes for this all working. Let's drop down to the bottom and see if just all of the redstone is sequenced correctly. So it goes up like that, and then up like that. That one goes, and then we get the final extension as well. And by the look of things, all of it is being retracted. Everything looks like it is in fact working. So that's good. That is a good sign to see that all of the things are extending, because that would be a pretty big problem if that wasn't happening. So now I guess what I have to do is I'm going to have to head back over to the base, get myself a minecart, place it down, and test this thing out for real. I do believe I have got all of the items necessary to place it down this minecart here. So we'll chuck that down like that, and then we just break this block, and that should make our little minecart fall onto the slime block. I wish I brought an axe along. So there's that. That is slowly sunken down there, and then this daylight sensor goes here, and straight away it looks like my minecart's been knocked, but we're going to roll with it, and we're going to see if this works. Here goes. Oh, that did not work, did it? Why did that not work? Seriously, why did that not work? This is the exact same design that I used over in that area over there. Just, it's one of those days, you know, it really is one of those days. Nothing I do today is working first time. Obviously, the item transportation systems, they've all had problems. And now by the look of things, that's not working, is it? That is so not working. Oh, I might actually head over to the other one and see if that's working. If that one isn't working, I'm going to quit Hermitcraft. I really am. Here goes, moment of truth. We've hit the button, and yeah, no, this is working fine. This is working absolutely fine. So now it looks like I'm going right the way up to the top of my base here. Funnily enough, I didn't really think that one through, and this elevator takes quite some time, but it looks like... Yep, that was just a bit of server lag there. It looks like everything is functioning fine in this department here. So I must have done some redstone timing errors. Maybe it's a problem with the redstone itself, or maybe not, as the case may be. This isn't looking good, is it? So it turns out the elevator that we had over there is working absolutely fine. That was a user error. I was meant to get out the minecart. We had it set to the middle floor design because it's a multi-floor elevator. So yes, that one is working fine. We just didn't get out the minecart, which meant that we fell back down to the bottom. This one, however, I think I have fixed it. This repeater here was set to 2 ticks. I think it's meant to be set to 1 tick. So it should now all be working. And that's a very, very hopeful statement. I've somehow lost the minecart, so we're going to pick one up from this dropper over here, if I can get to it. And we are going to try this one out. I will replace that powered rail in a couple seconds, but this is more important, okay? So, minecart on top of there, then we'll take out that block there, and here goes. Oh, my heart is beating. It really is. That's looking good. It's looking better. It is looking good. And we're there up at the top. The dropping system hasn't worked simply because we don't have any blocks around this area, but that is up and running. Okay, we've got the finishing touches to do now, and now we've got ourselves a functional minecart elevator. Absolutely fantastic. I am so glad that that is up and running, because as you could probably tell, I was a little bit nervous back then. So here goes maiden voyage, the first time on the working elevator. We hit the button and we travel up, bouncing nice and quickly up to the top, and then here we are up on the surface, so we can hop out the elevator, and then our minecart drops back down to the bottom. And then if we did want to hop back down to the bottom from up at the top here, of course, I can cover up that area, but we'll do that at some point in the future. Here goes, you just drop down to the bottom here, and there we are. So that is the system done. We have got ourselves a working elevator. It is looking good, and most importantly, it is functioning well. So there we have it, ladies and gents. That is all I've got time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.